in which scientists classify different types of humans based on what their bodies do. This type of human body has a dick and can nut. This type of human body has titties and can give birth. Let's call this a girl. Let's call this a boy. There's no such thing as gender. It's a fucking social construct. None of
I'm not
it
saying anything
exists.
that we don't fucking know, but you are
There's
saying
no such thing as race. There's just a human that look a little different and is from a different region than this human. But because of classification and again social constructs, we're gonna act like this type of human is a different, completely fucking breed than this human. When bitch, we all the same.
it kind
We
of does
all fucking
exist.
crayons out
Well,
of a packet
some of it,
with
some
different
of it
colors.
does exist because basically what you're saying is you just want things without motherfucking names on them, bitch. If we didn't put names on certain motherfucking things, damn it, bitch, their gender is a social construct, but sex isn't. So you're gonna have to put a name on something, man, woman. Bitch, gender, what makes someone a man and what makes someone a woman is a social construct. But the idea of a man and a fucking woman, it's real. It's real, JBs. You need to put
First of
names on
all, a
fucking things.
man and a woman don't even fucking exist. Like I said, you have human, you have human. Humans' bodies do different things,
Now
and
you
they
sound
come together to
now,
reproduce.
now you sound dumb. I'm gonna stop you
No,
as
I
your friend.
don't. No, I
I'm gonna
don't.
stop
You're
you
just
as your
not getting
friend.
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna stop you as your friend.
No, I no, I
You
don't
had me in
stop
the
that
first
because I
half.
just had this conversation. I just had this conversation online for like 2 hours with
You
somebody
had me
else
in
the
the
other
first
day.
half with the gender construct.
So
I was
what
like,
I'm
yes,
saying
my bitch
is,
knows. My bitch knows the gender.
it's all a construct. It's just not real. What I'm saying is, in nature, let's take it to nature. Let's talk outside of just humans. Let's talk about the construct of male and female to begin with. Certain quote unquote what you would call female. Okay, so Shay, in your eyes, what would you classify a female in nature? Not necessarily the construct, because we both kind of agree on that. Let's take it away from that. Let's talk about sex. What would you classify a female to be?
Female reproductive organs. So
Okay,
it has a vagina, it has a uterus, it has eggs, it has ovaries. The reproductive organs that are only found in women.
okay, got it, noted. So let's take it out of a human construct. Let's just go to nature. There are several examples in nature of things where some what you can see as female animals, or not, it's a species of lizards that do it, it's a species of monkeys that do it, primarily, like, sea monkeys and everything. They're hermaphroditic. So basically, with that being said, they kind of have, they can reproduce on their own. There's a species of lizard in like Australia where I guess you could classify them as female, but they can reproduce on their own without a quote unquote male in nature being needed. You get what I'm saying? So, and the fish do that as well. Like, it's a lot of different species who don't necessarily fall into the classification of what male and female is. Male seahorses carry babies and have uteruses them damn selves. So, it's a lot going on. But back to
You're
my simple
you're
theme of,
explaining the very fucking rare yet complex thing we call the animal kingdom. Bitch, duh. There's
are we not
hermaphroditic
animals?
humans, bitch. You're not saying anything. We're humans,
We
JB.
ain't animals? Are we not a part of the animal kingdom?
JBs.
We're
Because
just
there's
smart
fucking
ones. We
lizard in
are animals, Shay.
Australia. Because there's a lizard in Australia that can reproduce on its own, that is not proof enough for you to believe that man and woman don't exist. Bitch.
My personal belief is we are all just humans. Our bodies just operate and do different things.
JBs, you're a man.
I'm not.
You're a man.
I'm
You're a
not.
grown ass man.
I can argue this down all day. I'm not.
You
I'm
are
a
a grown
human.
ass fucking man.
I'm a human with classified as male reproductive organs.
Because you're a male.
But male and female don't exist, so how can I be something that don't exist?
You're male until you explain to me what your preferred pronouns are. You've never done that with me. Therefore, you're a fucking man. I see a man. I've seen your dick. You put it on my ankle. I saw it. You're a fucking man.
But with that being said, Male and female don't exist. So how can I explain something that literally doesn't
It does
exist?
exist because you've always clicked male your entire fucking life on any test or any box. You know it
Yes, because
exists.
that's how the social construct works. That is how society has it set up. That there is male and female. That's how society goes. That's how society classifies things. But if you really, really, really want to get into it, it doesn't exist.
It does. Saying that it doesn't exist would literally mean that we would have no way to mentally fathom it. It does exist because we've been using it for
You
fucking
can mentally fathom it, but it doesn't necessarily exist. The same way the color red or the color blue doesn't exist. It's a fucking spectrum of light that radiates in a certain hue.
the
But
reason
we
why we named it
classify it
fucking
as
red is
the
because
color
red is
red.
motherfucking dead. What the hell are you talking about, JBs? It does. You're a man, bitch. You
It
are a
don't
man.
exist, honey. It don't exist.
JBs, you're not making motherfucking sense to me.
No, I am. I'm not making sense to you, but a lot of
You're
people agree
confused
with me.
because you're really You're trying to.
I'm not trying to confuse you. I literally look.
No,
You
you're
you
comparing
probably think
gender
you
and
wait
sex.
wait. You probably
Gender.
think I'm just saying this on this live to argue with you, but anybody who was watching me like a couple days ago knows I was just having the same conversation for like 3 hours. So I'm not just saying this because I'm on this live with you. This is just genuinely how I feel. I
Well,
don't believe
then
that
Monday
male and
doesn't
female
exist.
exist.
Monday doesn't
That's
exist.
true.
January
That's
doesn't
true.
exist.
Time doesn't exist.
Nothing exists. We don't
That's
even
kind of
exist.
right.
We don't even exist
That's
right now.
kind of right.
This is not even happening.
Yeah.
This is all a simulation. Literally.
Nothing doesn't
Everything
even
is fake.
exist
Literally, you
because
know nothing
somebody
about
created
nothing.
a.
You know nothing about nothing. Nothing
Nothing
doesn't
does me.
exist.
But listen, but
Nothing
listen, but
exists.
listen, but listen.
Nothing exists about Earth doesn't even exist. Girl, we're not
But
even standing on
listen,
anything.
though.
We're literally
Listen,
floating
though.
in the middle of nowhere.
Nothing doesn't even exist because somebody created a word for nothing. That doesn't even exist.
Right, and the person that created the word for nothing doesn't even exist because they were created by something else that was created by something else, and that doesn't even really exist. So we really don't exist at all. We don't even know nothing about nothing.
Yeah, these bodies ain't even real, honey. These are just meat sacks that our energy and our souls are trapped in.
But the word
Energy
meat doesn't
cannot
even
be
exist
created.
because somebody created the word meat, so you can't even use that if we're going by your logic.
Yeah, but you know what does exist? Our energy.
Energy doesn't exist because it was a word created by a man. Therefore, in your mind,
Well,
it doesn't
whatever
exist
the
either.
fuck you want to call it, whatever you want to call it,
If we're going by your logic, I'm just making
my
you. I'm just letting you
mind,
see how stupid you
my
sound.
mind, and my soul and my body does
Souls don't
exist.
exist because it was a
These
word
meat
created by a
sacks
man to
don't
describe something,
exist.
so it doesn't exist either.
Well, that's fine. Nothing exists.
Nothing doesn't even exist. You can't use that. You see how dumb you sound? Everything you try to you
I
use a
don't
word to
sound
describe
dumb,
a
bitch. You
word.
can't turn my motherfucking beliefs against me, bitch, because you don't believe what I believe
No,
in.
I'm
Bitch,
sitting
are
it
you
in your
fucking
face to
crazy?
let you hear how
Trying to tell me that I
stupid you
sound
sound.
dumb because I don't believe what the fuck you believe in,
No,
bitch.
I'm sitting it in your
You
face
sound like that
so
white
you
ass.
hear
See, your ass
how
been
dumb
watching
you
too many
sound.
motherfucking Hitler documentaries, bitch. Your ass don't believe what the fuck I believe, so now you trying to tell me I'm dumb and I'm wrong. Bitch, you
Never
been
called you
watching Hitler for
dumb.
too
Here she
motherfucking
go.
long,
Here she go. Here she
and you
go.
won't colonize me, bitch. On a nobody gas chamber, bitch. I'll beat all y'all ass. You'll have to shoot me right here in this fucking gate, because I ain't going. And the gate don't exist,
Shoot don't
bitch.
exist.
The show don't, and death don't exist either.
It don't. Somebody created the word.
Because energy cannot be destroyed nor created.
Right. But somebody created that fucking slang and that phrase. So that don't even exist.
No, you don't
With
even
your
exist.
logic, you can't validate anything.
Exactly.
So it's best that you don't even talk because you don't even exist.
I'm gonna talk because I'm here,
No, you don't. You don't exist, remember?
but I am here.
Really?
It don't exist. All these social constructs don't exist, but at the same time, I'm here.
You're not. You don't exist.
And you hear me, don't you?
You said you're a human. That was a word created by a fucking human where it don't exist.
Yeah.
It's a
What I'm
construct.
saying was, I never said humans didn't exist, but a lot of the things that humans base their lives on and believe as fact are social constructs.
Yeah, but
Obviously, we're here. Obviously, we exist in some form or matter, but most of the shit that we base and kind of control our lives around don't exist. It's a social construct. Money is a fucking social construct. We take paper that literally has no actual value and hold it as if it has value. It's a social construct. Time does not fucking exist because, truth be told, no one was around to count the first initial date of time. So literally, we just picked up a fucking calendar one day and just started counting, bitch.
What? JB's just so fucking stupid. Well, you're
Like,
smart. You're
this
smart, but
shit
you're
don't
stupid.
exist.
Why do you keep saying it doesn't? It literally fucking does. So because you
Okay,
don't
okay. Well, let me
stop
reiterate.
interrupting me because I got a thought. Just because
Okay, go
you
ahead.
don't know who the fuck came up with the first fucking time, the reason why we have fucking time is to keep world fucking order. The reason why there's different fucking time zones so the world does not move on one big motherfucking clock because the entire world would be in a complete fucking jumblized fucking mess. Clearly, you can't grab time and put it in your fucking hands, stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't grab the fucking sun and put it in your hands either. Does it not
Mm-hmm.
motherfucking exist, bitch? You cannot grab a
Mm-hmm.
lot of motherfucking things that exist today that were created to keep order. You can't grab Wednesday. You can't grab February. That does not mean it is not real. Certain things humans over time have created to keep order in some type of scheduling process to have us moving on a fucking
Yes.
calendar, bitch. So stop saying it does not exist. Say that you maybe do not understand or you do not like it or you don't want to go buy it. But it exists, sweetheart. It exists. It exists.
Well, certain things. Okay, so back to my rebuttaling statement. Thank you so much, Senator Weluvche, for coming out on the floor. So, as a couple of rebuttaling statements to a couple of the things that you said earlier on in this seminar, so of course, some things do exist and some things are created to establish world order and keep things in check. That is fine. They were created for those purposes. The human mind is one of the most complex things that do exist. They're very complex. But Senator We Love Shay, my problem comes when humans, i.e., do exist. In Clause 54, they do exist, where you get to holding certain things as fact, and it's a construct. And I'm not necessarily saying that it's a bad construct. I think some constructs are bad, but I'm not saying this is a bad construct. Time is a good construct. We needed time. We needed to be able to tell time. The calendar of months, I guess, that would be a good construct. We needed it. But as far as the construct of race and nationality and gender and all of that shit, like, those are bad constructs that I feel have, if anything, divided people over time rather than brought them together.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator Stanton. I do reclaim my time. I want to rebut everything that this foolish person just said. Speaking with open fallacies with no foundation is very dangerous. You can't really, speak on certain things and agree to certain things and not agree to other things. It makes your entire argument the paper at a gun range with bullets in it. It's kind of not whole. You said that certain constructs are good and certain constructs are fucking not. Let me tell you something. There's only one construct that I feel as though may not be fucking good. It's because it's the gender construct. That is a social construct. But arguing against
Mm-hmm.
the fact that, don't interrupt me, arguing against the fact that there are male and female beings on planet Earth, I think that that is just a the world is flat type of theory. That's real backwards and outdated. And I think that is very dangerous to say to the future.
Interesting.
Stop, 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 stop. I gave you your time. I feel like that's very dangerous to say to the future of America listening. Gender roles, what defines someone as a man differentiates based on the culture that you grew up in. In certain cultures, men were the nurturers and women were the hunter gatherers. So a gender construct is something that I could stand on with you that may or may not be fucking the same anywhere you go in the world, because what defines a man is not the same as on this side of the world as on the other. But what a man is going to be the same in Puerto Rico, it's going to be the same in Russia, it's going to be the same in Australia, and it's going to be the same in Atlanta. You have a dick in between your legs, you're a fucking male. You have a vagina in between your legs, legs, you are a fucking female. But are you a man or a woman? That depends on the society that you live in and the gender identity that you identify with. But you were still born a male or a fucking female, unless you are a hermaphrodite, which happens as often. It actually happens more often than you think. Thank you so much. You're not going to argue against the identity and the real fact that male and female exist, but man and woman are two different things. Thank you so much. I reclaim my time.
Thank you so much, Senator. Thank you so much, Senator Shea, for that edifying display of useless words. Senator Shea just took about 5 minutes on the clock to say a whole bunch of nothing, but we thank her. We thank her for coming out tonight. So getting back into exactly just what she said, um, quite frankly, Senator Shea, I'm just gonna lay our facts out on the table here. You're wrong. You're strong and wrong. um, Someone having a dick between their legs does not necessarily classify them as a male, and someone having a pussy between theirs does not necessarily classify them as a female. My argument cannot really be argued against because it is simply factual. Gender and, I guess, sex are social constructs that were put into place. There are literally humans, two types of humans. This human's body does this. This human's body does this. So we're going to call them a male and a female. But quite frankly, they're both just humans. They're just both fucking humans. They're both humans. Their bodies just work and operate a little different. The same way you, and let's put a white girl next to you. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. I know you're a little scared of white people. Let's put a white person next to you. You guys are both just humans. You may look a little different. Skin may be a little different. Nose may be a little different. You guys are both just fucking humans. We are all crayons in a pack, just a little different colored. You know, one may be a little shorter, one may be a little longer. One crayon may do this, while another crayon does this. But quite frankly, we're all just fucking crayons. And all of this fucking separation and division put in place by society is not helpful or constructive.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Senator Javian. And I really do appreciate you for saying a fucking nothing. Being very redundant and ignorant, incomplete in your thoughts to be exact. Everything that you just said just made you look very unintelligent. Because once again, you said a few things that made sense, and then you continue to trickle down the fucking hill, stumbling on your own fucking words. You cannot compare humans to crayons. They're inanimate objects. Humans are complex. Fucking crayons are crayons. You dumb fuck. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna curse anymore. I'm gonna keep my time. What I'm gonna say to you right now, we're all humans. We all know that. No one said that we weren't fucking humans. What's the difference between a lion and a fucking tiger? One has stripes. One may have a mane. They're both cats, but you know how to tell the fucking difference between them because there are certain fucking things that a tiger may fucking have and certain things that a motherfucking lion may motherfucking have, bitch. But the one thing that's going to be the same between a male tiger and a male lion is that dick in between their fucking legs. The one thing that's going to be the same about a female tiger and a female lion is that vagina in between their motherfucking legs. No matter how different you look, you're describing social constructs. But the one thing that you just can't seem to shake is the fact that the sex of something will be the same anywhere you go in the world. But the
That's
skin
actually
tone,
false, Senator
I'm
Shea.
not done. But the skin tone may be different because of the placement you are from the fucking equator. That's the only thing that's going to change your fucking skin tone, bitch, is because some people in Africa are a little darker because the equator runs right through. Some people in fucking Moscow are going to be a little whiter because the sun don't really reach there and shit don't shine that hard. That's the only thing that's going to make your skin come a little different. Your culture, the type of clothes you wear is based on the part of the world that you grew up in and that you live in. What you identify as, whether what's male, what's female, they, them, she, she, whatever you want to go by, that's the gender. But one thing will be the same that you're not going to shake. And you're not going to get a train behind you agreeing with you. Is that male and female do not exist. That is wrong. It's stupid. It's ignorant. And you sound about as smart as the people who believe that the world is flat. I rest my time.
Well, I start my time. So I actually have a question for Senator Weluvche, just a quick question. It calls for a yes or no. If I cut my dick off, if I cut my dick and balls off, currently, right now, my defining factor, as you said, if I cut it off, I don't necessarily create it into a vagina. I just cut the dick and balls off. What am I?
You're a man without a dick and balls.
Okay, but I thought you said dick and balls is what made a man.
Right. You're a male that cut your dick and balls off. You cut your finger off doesn't mean your finger never existed. It was there. You're just a
Okay,
person
but
with
my
one less
question
finger.
is, you just said one thing that carries around the world is if you have a dick and balls, you are a male. If you have vagina and titties, you are a female.
Not
I
titties.
then
Breasts
proceed.
are intersexual. Human men have areolas. We have nipples, and we don't need it. We scientifically do
That's
not.
true.
They do not help
That's
you
true.
at
That's
all.
true.
So don't say titties. But go ahead.
That's true. So I was just asking you, if I just, I remove my sexual reproductive organs, then what am I?
Well, if you cut your dick and your balls off, you still have a prostate in your ass, and that's only found in males as well. So there's a lot of other reproductive organs that we can see that you are a fucking male. If you learned the human body, you probably would have said, "What if I took my prostate out as well?" But cutting off a dick and balls is not enough to prove your statement. You would be a male without a
But my
dick
statement
and
was basically
balls.
proved to thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for running over. Let me go ahead and rail her in. My statement was basically simply to prove that, as I keep kind of repeating at this point, because I think that it's a redundant statement at this point, that, maybe some people are just not complex enough in the brain to understand. I don't know if the braids are a tad bit wound too tight. But what I will say is this: having a dick and having a vagina are characteristics of the human body. They do not separate the two from one whole being. You get it?
They do
Do you get
separate them. It's because that's why they're different. But go ahead.
who separates it?
You said what?
Who separates it? Who's the person to separate it? Who made that decision?
You be a little more clear with your question. What do you really want to know? Why there is a
I
male and
said I said characteristics of the human body. Of course, different human bodies have different characteristics, but they do not separate the two. It's
they do.
one.
They do. Certain
Okay,
characteristics.
so who said that? Like whose rule is that?
I don't know who actually came up with the actual fucking definitive nature that we know to be male and female, who wrote the fucking book. But what I will say is don't try to use that as an argument to prove your point, because everything you know on planet Earth is because of another fucking person. There's a few things in this world that you know because you figured it out yourself, but for the most part, everything you know, you were taught and you read or you heard. So
Oh, well,
it came
actually,
from.
Senator, I would actually go ahead and go ahead and time myself in there. Most of what I know is actually of my
Also, we can talk
own.
about chromosomes. You can talk
Excuse
about
me, excuse me, Senator.
on
Can
a
I go ahead and
molecular level, but go ahead. You don't want to go to the
excuse me,
molecular level because that'll really
Senator?
prove my point.
Excuse me, Senator, if I can actually just go ahead and chime right in. Most of what I taught, am self-taught. I don't know if you knew, but my mother is Angela Stanton, and Angela would probably just about catch on fire if she heard the words leaving my mouth only a few minutes ago. So, with that being said, most of my knowledge is my own. I did come to my own conclusions of
There's
life.
no way you can without doing prior research on something else. You don't have it like that, baby, to just wake up and know everything about something. You read something somewhere, you heard about something somewhere, you researched something somewhere. You
But
didn't
isn't
just
that what
come.
everyone does? You put knowledge that you take from other places and you come to form your own opinion.
What is not opinion is male and female. That's not opinion. That's
To
facts.
you, to me, it is.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. That's irrational. That's irrational thinking. That's what you're doing.
I
It's
don't
very,
think it's irrational. I think
very
it's,
irrational.
factual to me. I think all humans are the same. One's body is just a little different from the other.
I feel
I think
like
we draw
all
separation
people,
too.
male and female, most definitely should be treated the same. We have the same blood running. You cut somebody in China, you cut a girl in India, they're all going to bleed red blood unless there's just a different disease out there where the blood looks pink. But For the most part, yes, we all have red blood. We're all supposed to have one heart. You know, there's a lot of things that are the same in both species in both sexes, but one thing that you're not going to shake is that male and female is just this imaginary thing. It that is actually very ignorant. And the way
I never
that
said it was necessarily imaginary. I just said it was a construct to
you
divide
said
the
it doesn't exist.
two.
Now you're going back on your words
But
because
it doesn't really exist. No, it
so
doesn't.
then
I
it's
agree with that.
imaginary. If it doesn't exist, it's imaginary. Correct? Synonyms
It doesn't exist completely.
completely. So now it's partial.
What do you mean? I said it doesn't exist completely. It doesn't exist. Gender construct, male and female, it literally doesn't exist.
To say that it doesn't exist, we wouldn't have evidence of it. You know what doesn't exist? A flying fucking pig. You don't have a fossil of it. That's what doesn't exist. You don't have proof of it. It don't exist. It don't fucking exist unless you want to wake up one day and just believe that a fucking flying pig was round this bitch at one point in time. Then that's your own belief, and
But
I
at the
can't fight
same
you on your
time,
belief.
in
But
our own
some things
beliefs,
are proven.
classifying male into female, that doesn't exist.
It does.
It doesn't.
100%. It does. It does. It does.
Because if that's the case, I can go out and say the
But see,
characteristics
the thing
for a
about it is,
flying.
you gotta understand. You gotta understand, JVs. It's not even so much as the reproductive things that's gonna prove my point. There have been archaeologists that have dug up fossils, and we can literally tell the difference between a male and a female's bone structure because it's male and fucking female. You don't even need to see a dick to prove my fucking point. The
They're
size
human
of
and
certain bones in
human.
certain places. You don't even to prove your shit. Cutting my dick and balls off. We could still do an X-ray on you, bitch, and still know that you're a fucking male. You're not proving your point. You're sounding very ignorant, and I really want you to slow down because we're on live and there's a lot of people watching. And I don't want
I
people to
don't give
think my
a
friend
damn,
is just
bitch.
crazy.
I wouldn't give a damn.
I
I
don't want people
stand
to
by
think my
what I
friend is
said.
crazy, but you're sounding crazy right now. You
Well,
are.
then, if your friend sounds crazy, that's fine. Some of the best people in history sounded crazy at their time. But my personal belief is that gender and male and female is a social construct and it really doesn't exist.
Gender is a social construct, JBs.
Sex is too.
No,
Because calling something a male and female, it literally, it just don't exist.
no, no.
Do people have what can be classified as dicks and vaginas? Well, I guess dicks and vaginas don't even really exist either, huh? But okay, so people have,
It's a social construct, right? Dicks and vaginas don't
it
exist.
is a social construct. So going back to my original thesis, I'm not wrong. It's just it don't exist. It's true. But going back into that, you could say someone has a dick and someone has a vagina. Cool. Great. Noted. Got it. Understood. I still don't think that divides what the overarching thesis is that bitch, they're just humans. And characteristics of them have them divided into two. Like, oh, this is a male and this is a female. Do you know what I'm
Shark,
saying?
sharks are sharks. Whales are whales. They're both fish. That's what I'm hearing you say. There's two different things, but they're all still one thing. Gorillas are gorillas. Orangutans are orangutans. They're both apes. Lions are lions. Tigers are tigers. They're both fucking cats. Men are men. Women are women. They're both humans. You're not
But
saying
those
any
are two different
intellectual.
species. Those
You
are
you don't
two
have an
different species of
intellectual
animals.
breakthrough in your argument. You're saying the most
And
minuscule
what is your
thing.
intellectual breakthrough in your argument?
It's not a
That their
breakthrough.
bodies
It's
look
just a
different?
simple fact that
That
you
their bodies are
refuse
different?
to accept. You
That their bodies are
refuse.
different? That's your intellectual breakthrough in this argument, that their bodies are different.
No. You're
That's
trying to
your ground shaking thesis.
you're trying to create this malevolent idea that I broke the code.
It's
I'm the
not no
one that
malevolent
knows.
idea. It's not that hard. It's not that simple. Gender is a social construct. It doesn't exist. Period. It's not that complex.
Yeah, you're dumb. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
No, I think you're dumb. I think
I
you don't
think
understand what I'm
your
saying.
arguments have been contradicted so many times by your own self in this
No,
conversation.
I haven't. I haven't contradicted myself a single time. I kind of
Because
like
see, what
I'm
you
keeping
keep
the same
doing
energy
is
on how I
you
feel and what I
keep
say.
grouping a few things that are correct with things that are fucking already proven. And because some of it is correct, a simple minded person in the comments will be like, oh yeah, JB, you do make sense. Like gender being a social construct. You're grouping that with the fact that male and female do not exist. You
I don't think they do exist because even that is a social construct in which scientists have built to identify what one human body does versus another human body.
so
You're
then it
comparing
exists.
fucking fish and lions and tigers. Those are completely different species
You
from each
just said
other.
we're all
Humans are
humans. I mean,
literally
you
the
just said we all
same,
animals.
but we're the same species. A fucking female is not a different species from me.
So why would you bring up a lizard being able to reproduce if it's not the same species? Don't see how you're
Because
connecting yourself.
even in nature, I'm using the same example that you used. Even in nature, it has been proven that dicks and vaginas do not determine male or female.
Do not tell me to not use something that's not species to prove my point when you literally used a fucking lizard that could reproduce to try to
But
prove
they're
your
the
fucking
same
point.
species. You're using a fucking lion and a tiger. Those are two
You
completely
used
different
a
things.
lizard.
Bitch, a lizard, the same species, the lizard. Well, all of them are fucking hermaphroditic and they be fucking each other, making each other
We're
pregnant
not
with
lizards,
no
baby.
male. We ain't lions and tigers either, bitch. So okay, let's throw all of that out. Back to
Thanks.
me and you. Okay, let's throw all of that out. Back to me and
No, you
you.
just contradicted yourself. We can't throw out the fact that you keep contradicting yourself throughout this
No, you just
conversation.
contradicted yourself because you
We
brought up
just sat
fucking a
here
lion and a
and listened
whale.
to you. We just sat here and listened to you try to use a lizard's reproductive process to validify your argument on the whole human
Validify ain't
process.
even a fucking word.
Bitch, it is the
Validate.
fucking day. Solidify. Verify.
So first
Bitch,
of all, bitch, you
the
just combined
validity.
like
That is
three
a word.
words.
That's what I went to say. To
Okay,
prove the
so
validity. Bitch.
okay. Let's go back. Let's go back because I feel like we're both getting a haywire here. Um, I use my representations of lizards in nature to prove that there doesn't necessarily have to be a defined male or female partner in a natural relationship. And so boom, moving back into humans. That was my entire purpose of using that. Your entire purpose of using a nature reference was to invalidate what I was saying that you cannot compare, oh my God, a lion and a tiger. They're both cats, but those are two completely different species. We are one species. It's me, human type A,
Species?
human
They're not
type
two different
B.
species.
Human type B.
No.
That is
So
a
now we're
different
gonna
species
educate.
of
We're
cat.
gonna
A
educate.
lion and a tiger are two different species of cat. Are you kidding me?
They're not two different species. They can reproduce. They
They are, baby.
things of different species can't reproduce. Lions and tigers can reproduce.
Baby. A
If
lion
it's
and a
not the
tiger are
same
two different.
species, it can't reproduce.
Baby, a lion and a tiger are literally two different species of cat. I'm not gonna argue about this with you.
Y'all don't know what the fuck I was talking about because I'm talking to ignorant people. So go to Google. Somebody go to Google and then come back and be like, "Oh, Shay, you're right," because ligers exist.
Pulled up my
So
other phone.
no,
Ligers
no,
do
it's fine.
exist.
It's fine.
Hold
It's
on,
fine
let me
because
pull up my other
most
phone.
people don't know these, and I be thinking most people know simple shit like this, but on the real, a lot of people really do not know that. So y'all
Pull
would
my
be in
other
these
phone,
comments.
girl.
Y'all would really be in these comments believing that I'm saying something that's wrong. They are the same fucking species because they can reproduce. Things that are not the same species cannot reproduce, bitch. A fucking whale and a goat are two different fucking species. They can't have a baby. A lion and a tiger can have. They've had plenty.
It
You've seen
literally says that
ligers.
on the front page of Google, lions and tigers are not the same species.
Literally, you're wrong. I don't understand what Google you're using. I can't. I literally can't. I literally can't. And you find a goat and a whale that can have a fucking baby.
Okay, so can everyone, all 3,879 people in this live, please open up Google right now, swipe out of the app. Go ahead, swipe out of the app, open up Google right now. Everyone do that for me. Follow me through. Everyone open up Google right now. I want everyone to type in their search engine, are lions and tigers the same species? Everyone type it in. Everyone type it in. Everyone type it in. Let's go ahead and
Yeah,
click
I'm
search.
literally right.
You're not, baby. You're
I don't
not.
even have to go because see, I would be trying my own intelligence if I went there to believe that no,
Go. I already sent it to you, sister.
No, they
You
have
can
the
go look.
same genus. I don't understand.
That would be a hybrid. That would be a hybrid of the two. They're not the same species. Admit that you're wrong on that.
No, I'm not. No, I
You
don't. No,
are.
no, 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 no,
A
no.
lion and tiger
They
cross
have
would
the
be a
exact same
hybrid, but they're
fucking.
not the
I don't
same.
understand why.
Baby,
What is so
a
hard for people
liger.
to fucking
Okay,
get?
listen to me, sister. Listen
Things
to
that are
me.
not the same
Let me
species
break through.
cannot
Let me
reproduce.
break through.
It
Can
can't
I
have
break
fucking
through? Can I
children.
break through to
I
you?
am not
Can I
gonna
break through
fuck.
to
No,
you?
this bitch is fucking stupid.
Two species joining together to create a new species is a hybrid. It's no longer the same. A liger is a completely
So
different
listen to this.
species
So
from
listen to
a
this.
tiger.
So y'all
A
listen.
lion is a no.
So
Listen
listen,
to
listen,
me.
listen,
Let me
listen,
finish
listen.
first. I already listened to you. Let me finish, please. A lion and tiger are two completely different species from each other. Them joining together to have offspring would be a hybrid between the two. A liger is a different species from a tiger. A liger.
So have y'all listened to how she has now turned this entire argument about the belief that they're the same species, and completely jumped off track because she was completely fucking wrong.